Oh, hello. Fancy seeing you here like this. I'm just Pinteresting as I do, and I thought today I would inspire you to get inspired. Inspiration is my personal favorite part of styling, but I find that this is where a lot of people get stuck. So let's dive right in and talk about inspiration. So when I'm working with someone on their personal style, I find that there are two types of inspiration that I see. So the first one is reference inspiration. So it's a pretty realistic look that someone is looking to pretty much copy. You can think of it like a reference painting. So if you had a vase of flowers and you are painting that exact reference. The other type of inspiration that I see is aspirational. And these are inspirational images that someone really likes, but it's not necessarily realistic for them to directly copy. Now, both types of inspiration can be really helpful. I have both types of inspiration on my Pinterest board, but what I find happens is that sometimes people tend to get stuck in one or the other, and it kind of limits their inspiration. So I want to show you how you can use both of these types of inspiration to really help you narrow in on your personal style and help you build your wardrobe. A quick disclaimer before I continue. In this video, I'm using the Shuffles app because it's the best way to visualize and show you my thought process. This is not necessary, but it is a free app if you want to use it. Okay, back to the video. So let's start with reference inspiration because I have a lot of this on my Pinterest as well. Sometimes you will come across inspiration that is something that you pretty much like head to toe and is something you can pretty realistically replicate through either pieces that you can find or maybe even stuff you already have in your wardrobe. So if we take this, for instance, this is something I've had saved on my Pinterest, and this is a great example of a reference photo, something that I would pretty much wear head to toe. So with this reference image, I'm really just breaking down the outfit. So I see a pair of wide leg jeans, a white kind of eyelet blouse, a pair of green Mary Jane flats, and a navy bag. And I've pretty much been able to replicate that outfit from head to toe. And so from here, I can utilize this inspiration to help me pull pieces that I already own, or maybe it's going to inspire things that I want to look for and purchase. A white blouse like this is something that is on my wish list and something that I am actively looking for. I have also really been loving Mary Jane's, and I'm especially drawn to this green for the upcoming season. And so that is something that is also on my wish list. A pair of wide leg jeans and a navy bag is something that I actually already have. I also have pieces that are kind of similar to this, just in different colors. And so again, I can utilize this image to create something that is similar, but maybe just different in color. Let me show you. So I don't have a white blouse, but I do have this pink blouse, which has a very similar look and feel. And I don't have green flats, but I have my red ones. And so I can actually take this exact look and pretty much replicate it just with some different colors and utilizing pieces that are already in my closet. So I find reference photos to be really great for utilizing pieces that are already in your closet, for helping you come up with a shopping list, or if you're someone who doesn't quite know what looks good on them, you can use reference photos to look for people who have a similar body type as you and see what looks good on someone else with that similar body shape. So that's reference images. And again, sometimes people really get stuck here and they kind of box themselves in. I get asked a lot if you need to only look for inspiration with people that have the same body shape as you, or things that are really realistic that you could actually purchase. And the answer is no. Inspiration is inspiration. It should not limit you. Inspiration can literally come from anywhere. So now let's go on the other side of the spectrum and talk about aspirational inspiration. Now, this type of inspiration is really fun, but it can be a little bit overwhelming, and the trick is knowing how to break it down so that it's actually useful for you. And this is also where I see a lot of people get stuck. They have all of these aspirational inspirations, but they don't know how to actually turn that into reality. So this is an outfit that I've had saved on my Pinterest, and this is from a runway collection. And in theory, there's stuff here that I definitely could replicate, but knowing myself, I know that this is something that I'm likely not going to wear on an everyday basis. And that's a really important point when it comes to aspirational images, is you have to understand what types of outfits that you will realistically wear and that make you look and feel your best, because then you can take that inspiration and you can apply it to something that you will actually wear. So I know myself, and I know that I am not a big dress and skirt wearer. I will wear them on occasion, but for the most part, I love a wide leg pant and a top. It's what I feel most comfortable in. So from here, it's really just being able to take a step back and look at the elements that I'm actually drawn to. So it might not be the outfit itself, but there are other things that I obviously like about this image. So for example, I love the color. Again, this color green is going to be really trendy for the fall, and it's a color that I'm very drawn to right now. I also really love monochromatic outfits. It is something I've always been drawn to. I love just that tone-on-tone look. I also love that there is some great texture in this outfit, which is giving it some contrast. So this really kind of sheer skirt with a fun pattern. We're getting some texture with that sweater. We're also getting a little bit of texture from the leather boot, but it's all within this green color palette. And so that's really what I like about this outfit. So understanding that, I can now take that and I can apply it to something that I would actually wear. So again, I am much more of a wide leg pant person. It's what I feel most comfortable and confident in. I loved a wide leg pant when I was a size 4. I love a wide leg pant now as a size 12. I also tend to not wear boots, especially a higher boot. I would love to, but I have a hard time finding wide calf boots that actually fit me well. And again, I have to really have the right bottom to be able to wear a tall boot like that. For me, I absolutely love a Mary Jane flat. I wear them all the time. And so I can pull these same green Mary Jane flats, and it's going to give that similar vibe. I'm getting that monochromatic look. There's a little bit of texture with the velvet. And so it's not necessarily the boot, but still gives that similar vibe. And then I want to pull in the print and that really kind of flowy feminine look of the skirt, but maybe instead of doing a skirt, I'm going to do it in a top. So the only thing I feel like I'm missing here is some of those golden hues that are coming from the sweater and the print of the skirt. And so I might tie that in with a great little necklace and maybe doing a bag that's in a lighter color brown. So now I've taken an aspirational image that I really love, but I've pulled it into an outfit that I will actually wear. So if you have aspirational images that really inspire you, but they aren't super realistic, you don't have to throw those things out. You can absolutely use those to help you inspire your personal style. Now, I want to show you one more example, but using something that isn't fashion or outfit inspiration at all, and show you that you really can use anything to inspire you, and use the same concept of breaking it down to create something that is more of a realistic reference for yourself. So I'm going to take this interior design inspiration. This is a living room, but it is something that just sparks joy when I see it. So there's obviously something about it that I really love. And so I can take the elements of this that I love and use it to inspire my personal style. So the first step is really to figure out again, what is it that I actually like about this image? And so for me, there's a couple things. I absolutely love the mixed print. I love that there are some florals, there is some gingham, there's some checker, there's lots of mixed prints going on, and I absolutely love that. I love these soft muted tones. I love the pinks and the greens and the blues. I love this cottage feel, and I have a tendency to like that bit of a cottagecore vibe in my fashion as well. So now that I understand that those are the three things that I like about this, I can use it to inspire an outfit that I could actually wear. So one of my favorite things in this image is the green gingham curtains. It is one of my favorite prints, it's my favorite color, and so I'm gonna start with that as kind of my main piece, and I have this little top here. It feels very much so like these curtains, it's giving the same vibe. So now I want to bring in that mixed print element, and I think the perfect way to do that is with a little quilted jacket. It also gives that kind of English countryside aesthetic, and this is a great way to do the mixed print, and I'm doing it in this kind of softer pink tone, which is going to, it kind of has that similar vibe to this chaise lounge. Now I'm just going to ground it with a pair of wide leg denim because that's something that I just love and I know that I will wear, and it helps kind of ground this outfit since we have two mixed prints going on. So now I'm gonna pull in a neutral to also ground this outfit, and I think doing a little fisherman sandal, it also fits in with that English countryside cottage aesthetic. And then to soften it up and bring in a little bit of that blue tone, I might do that in a little light blue bag. So this is a great example of how you can take just about anything and use it as inspiration. The thing with personal style is that it's simply a reflection of who you are. And so it should be a reflection of the things that bring you joy and make you happy and make you feel like your truest self. So don't let inspiration be the thing that overwhelms you. Have fun with it. So if you've watched all the way to this point, I am now going to share a couple tips with you on how you can take those reference images and actually find pieces that you can add to your wardrobe. If you are someone who likes to shop in person, keep those reference images on your phone so that you can reference them as you're shopping and out looking for things. You can also break down those reference images into actual pieces. If you're someone who just likes to have a list you can check off, again, maybe it's white eyelet top and green Mary Janes, and you can have that running list of pieces that you are looking for. Now, if you are shopping online, the good news is you now have reference images and specific items that you're looking for, so it's gonna make it a lot easier to shop online. And most websites are gonna have some form of filtering so that you can narrow down your options to get more of what you're looking for. So again, if I know that I am looking for a top and I want to filter by the color because I'm looking for green, and again, you can continue to filter it down, but now you're going to get a much more narrow search, and so I can start to find some things similar to my reference image. And you're not always going to find exactly what's in your reference image, but it gives you something to look for, and you can usually find something similar. Now, if you are a secondhand shopper like I am, my favorite way to use my reference images is in ThredUp. This is not sponsored by ThredUp. It is just a site that I use and absolutely love. And a feature that they have that I love on their site is being able to search for pieces using a reference image. So if I go ahead and upload a photo, I can take the outfit that I created from my Shuffles app, which is attached to my Pinterest, and it's going to break down each of these pieces, and it's going to give me some similar styles in my size. And again, it might not always be exact, but it's going to give me something that is kind of a similar vibe or a similar aesthetic. Again, this little vest here, I absolutely love that it's similar to that quilted jacket, but it's a vest, and so I could definitely create an outfit around that that has a similar vibe to my reference photo. So that is how I like to use inspiration to help me discover my personal style and to help me build my wardrobe. And it's also how I style other people and break down the inspiration that they give me. Because again, sometimes you're gonna have reference inspiration that you can copy, but other times you're gonna be inspired by more aspirational things that aren't just copy and paste. I would love to know what is inspiring you lately. I have been watching a lot of period dramas this summer, hence this vibe. So let me know down in the comments what is inspiring you. And also if there's something that I've missed or you have additional questions, put those in the comments as well. So go be inspired, have fun, go Pinterest. I'm gonna go back to Pinteresting. You should do the same, and I'll see you in the next one.